Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to be working on the next set of two cards on the Simple Stories card collection that we're working on. Sorry, hold on. So I'm showing you here, my cat's got to my paper, so it's all wrinkly. Um, but I already have everything pulled out and laid out um, where I need it to be as far as the card pieces. So what I'm doing right now is just taking the bases and folding them with my bone folder, make sure I get a good crease. And instead of building it on top of the card base, I'm going to show you that there's another way that you can do it. So if you go ahead and take all the elements and just start adding them on to the base paper, because that base paper is what you're going to put on top of your card base itself, right? So if you're not using a whole lot of foam, which on these I'm purposely not using it. Um, all you do is lay it down with the wet glue and some score tape if you want, or um, handheld tape like what I'm using, and you can turn it over when you're done, put some more tape and glue down, and then you can attach it right to the card front. So attaching it can be done at the end. You can build up on top of it. It's up to you, whichever way works best for you. Sometimes if you, like I said, if you don't like that particular cardstock, right, but you want to have card fronts done up and ready to go, you can do this with just using the card bases, because they all have a card, a solid piece that's what you're building. Go ahead, you get them all done. When you need a card, you turn it over, put some tape down, and attach it to a card front. Boom, you're done. I love that idea actually, because I like doing things like that where you can sort of have your card prepped, and then when you're ready you can finish it out. I think that's a benefit sometimes. It allows people a little bit more freedom, um, especially if you're not an avid card maker yourself. Having these already done up where all you have to do is make a card base might be something really, more up your alley. Plus, I like to use the thicker cardstock. So to me, I would rather get these kits, put all the card bases, like they're all of them together, and then cut and fold the cardstock I like and put it on top of a heavier cardstock. But that's just how I would do it. For the purposes of these videos, I like showing you guys what I use using just what comes in the kit, because, like I said, I think these are really a good option for anyone who's trying to get into card making and you maybe don't know where to begin. So I had to pause after the first one. I came back, and now we're working on this is our first uh, horizontal card. And I love this paper because it's a grid, so I can line up my papers using the grid lines. So this one is probably my most straight out of all of them. So I like that. And we're laying down. These are the cloud paper, and then we're gonna add this flag. And even with this one here that we're doing, there's room for you to, add foam if you want to add dimension and stuff like that. What I would do is go ahead and build it on top of the card base. If you are wanting to add foam and stuff, like on this one, there's a lot more chipboard elements, which aren't that thick. They're really thin pieces, but I just felt like it would be better to put the card base on and then build up on top of it, because I wanted to make sure I had everything laying straight and fitting how it's supposed to. All right, and I'm just using a little bit of what's the word? The my tape runner and the wet glue. On some of these, I'm just using the wet glue. Okay, and then I'm just figuring out where the card bases are, so that way when I lay down the plane, everything will be in the space that I want it to be in. All right, and then we're just going to lay down the airplane, and then there's some flower elements. All right. And then we're going to go ahead. Now on this one, it's sort of like a chipboard piece on top of a chipboard piece, but I'm not going to put glue over the entire thing. So what I decided that I was going to do is just put it on the ends that we're going to be connecting to the actual chipboard plane. All right. Now I'm going to put the sentiment. And then that's it. Now on the one with the airplane, I did get a little bit of gold on the pattern paper, so that's why I decided to pull out my gold Heidi Swap spray and the white picket fence, so that way I could do a little bit of splatters to tie in that mistake, that little boo-boo I had on the one card. And I kind of liked how the gold looked on it, so I feel like it was a good choice. I'm trying to hold it up so you can see it and yet not get it with gold and everything all over the card bases. So I'm just going to kind of wipe this down real quick with a baby wipe. And then I'm just trying to hold that up there so you guys can see it. Now, in doing this video, I don't know why, but it seems like it's a lot more choppy than it normally is. I hope it's showing better on y'all's end by the time you see this. Here are the close-ups of each of the cards. I really love how these turned out. If you guys would do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. I definitely would appreciate you being part of our little community. You can leave comments down below, and we have the final 2 cards next Friday, right at the end of June. And I'm going to go through and show you all 8 of the cards. And then with the leftover pieces, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for the insides and possibly even on the envelopes. Thanks again, you guys, and I hope you have a great weekend.